Bob Wildrick, a reporter, Chicago Tribune in the 1990s. He talked and mentioned so much about Kiki Camarena down in Mexico. His tortured, and eventually he was killed, skinned alive.
Evil men don't understand justice. That's the focus of this podcast series. In this episode, Larry is going to talk about the torture and murder of Kiki Camarena and the connections to this case.
Those who are watching this, if you haven't heard about Kiki Camarena, a DEA agent that was killed back in 1985, these Mirage brothers somehow, someway were involved with the torture because of telephone calls of some of the people that were present during the torture of Kiki Camarena. You'll read about it in the book, and you'll also, when you see the podcast. Kiki Camarena, I never met, but I heard a lot about him from DEA agents, from other agents that worked with him that knew him. He was waiting to be transferred from Guadalajara, Mexico, to San Diego, California. I met some of the agents in San Diego that was working that case. It was horrifying that Kiki was still alive as they were peeling his skin off his body. He was a war veteran. He was a Marine. He's from a little town called Calexico. Kiki lost his life because he trusted some corrupted cops. No, he did not know they were corrupted, but he trusted them. They picked him up, these Mexican police officers, took him to the cartel. And also they had his informant that was working with Kiki. They killed his informant quickly, but with Kiki, they tortured him to death. Kiki Camarena, not just another DEA agent, but another guy that believed in what he was doing. All that marijuana at that time that was been grown in Mexico, waiting to be shipped into the United States. How these brothers are involved, the Mirage brothers in San Luis, Northern Mexico, why did I start focusing on that? When in 1990, I was in Yuma, Arizona, because the private investigators later on started telling me that you need to take a look at this information that these defendants, the DEA arrested behind the killing of Kiki. And sure enough, it was going right into the Mirage organization's home. Their home down in San Luis, Mexico. They're talking to this lady. She's family of these brothers in San Luis, Northern Mexico. She's reporting to them what these guys are saying. The brothers knew, and they knew what was happening with Kiki Camarena. Nothing happens when there's an agent has been kidnapped, tortured, and killed. Everyone is going to know about it. Even the federales, even the government of Mexico. United States put a lot of pressure on Mexico to help us. We put so much pressure on the Mexican government that we shut down that border over in TJ. When I say TJ, I'm talking about San Isidro, California. Tijuana, down south, San Diego, a little bit north. It was shut down until we got results. DEA, they tried. They worked that case hard with Kiki, but they were missing the most important thing of the puzzle. Right there in the backyard where I worked, across that border in San Luis, Northern Mexico, they were called gatekeepers. They took care of that port of entry. How do I know they were corrupted? Because of my informants. They were living with the Mirage brothers down in San Luis, Mexico. When I say living, they went down and partied with them. You're going to hear about this.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, click like and subscribe below. And if you're enjoying the stories in these podcasts, click the link below in the description box to get more details. This is the end of this episode of Evil Men Don't Understand Justice. We hope you will join us again next week for more true stories from Larry and Randy. You will also enjoy Larry's other 2 books, Fighting My Greatest Enemy, Myself, and Home is Never the Same. These books can be found at pathofthedevil.com or larryrayharden.com.